We're live. No.
No.
We're not.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Your event is starting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 0. Has it started?
Well, you don't know.
Hi, I'm in. Bam. We're live.
We're live.
There you go.
Hi, thanks for being with us tonight.
Everybody, thank you for showing up. And if you can't see us or if you can't hear us, just let us know. But we're live.
Welcome to Home Improvement How To.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What's our goal?
To empower and educate and equip.
And what are we going to do that? What tonight?
Tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about what to paint first. Ceiling, trim, or walls. It's weird because my lips are all dry and...
There's some water.
The water doesn't help, but that's all right.
That's okay. You should try. Yeah, so we're going to talk about interior or exterior?
Well, mainly in interior, because exterior, we're not doing exteriors anymore now, so we'll just be kind of focusing on interior.
We had a fun way to end the season, didn't we?
We did. It was kind of interesting.
Not 100% done, but we learned some lessons.
We learned a lot of lessons.
What was the one lesson you learned finishing up?
Scoot up a little bit. So.
What did you learn this weekend?
Look back at you. I learned to verify your colors before you paint with your customer. Make sure the colors are right.
Yeah, and to be flexible, huh?
And be very flexible.
Be very flexible. I learned to be very flexible this weekend because I was traveling and I was so excited. I had a traveling buddy. I had Pro Pete. Ran into him in the airport. Told Chris I ran into him at the airport, and Chris thought, why isn't he at work? Forgot to tell him.
Does everybody know who Pro Pete is first?
He works for us.
He does.
So we were both flying to the same direction, same location, and so we were supposed to get there really quick at 9 in the morning, and we ended up not getting to our destination until 4:30.
So if you don't know who Pro Pete is, all you got to do is follow us on Instagram and Facebook. You'll see Pro Pete. He makes guest appearances every now and then on Instagram. Our Instagram is Idaho Painter, and he makes guest appearances on Facebook, The Idaho Painter.
Yeah.
So you got to follow us. So yeah.
So I learned that to be flexible, and you learned to be flexible, right?
I did.
What did you just do? You look like you got all scared. You got all panicked.
I didn't.
Okay, you didn't get panicked?
No, but I'm hot.
So, yeah, you are hot.
No, I mean it's hot in here. It's like
hot.
really hot.
But I am wearing this pretty new necklace because a lot of you saw that he did some painting while I was gone this weekend. And I went downstairs and the painting you saw him do is still just like that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if this necklace was to make me be happy that I have mint green in every room of my house downstairs.
Right. Well, I didn't do any painting. We tested out the AccuBrush.
He did?
And so the AccuBrush did the painting. We just kind of pushed it along.
Yeah. So you did a video and you did it on Instagram and Facebook. And so if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Instagram has over 100,000 views so far.
100,000 views of me on Instagram. I don't know.
It still looks like that. So some people are like, Lisa's gone. And it's like, yes, Lisa's gone and Lisa's back. And it still looks like that. So now I may need to hire a professional painter to fix it.
Yeah, it was a real life test. I mean, we actually tested it. And so if you go downstairs, you can see where we tested it. Some people think we didn't give it a legitimate shot. Mm-hmm. And they
they did. Look at my house.
They gave us a hard time, and we did give it a legitimate shot. Like in all cases, we did it on smooth wall, rough wall, and door jambs, windows, baseboards. We tried. Ceilings. We really tried.
Yeah, so that was definitely...
And if you didn't see, we put it through the durability test. That was on Instagram.
Oh my goodness.
So we put it through the durability test. After we were done, we decided that it was worthy of going up on the aerial lift, up like 45 feet, 60 feet up, something like that. And we wanted to test it out to see how it would survive falling. And it didn't survive.
It didn't survive.
No, it kind of broke up. The paint splattered all over the driveway and everything because it was still full of paint.
Oh, that was bonus. That was bonus. Hopefully the customers didn't see that.
Yeah, it was a bonus. We had to clean up the driveway, but we knew we would, so it's all right.
That worked. So anything else about your weekend since you repainted portions of every room downstairs?
I did.
And then you bought me this pretty necklace. Where'd you buy that?
I bought it at the farmer's market. So I went with my daughter, Afton, and her boyfriend, Seth. We went to the farmer's market, and and walked around, shopped around, bought some plums, and bought you a necklace.
Oh, I saw the plums.
Yeah, that's where they came from.
Okay.
They were tasty.
Yep.
Afton bought a ring and stuff. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It was a nice day.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But I think our business lesson was, in life, to always have a goal, and your goal is, if you're running a business, is to keep your customers happy. Yeah. And so if you have to repaint the house, you do that
and be flexible. So I mean, this is the case. If I think I mentioned it maybe on the last live show, we didn't verify the colors with the customers. The paint store that mixed the paints up for us mixed the wrong colors. We never saw the color swatch. We just assumed they made the right colors. We painted the whole entire house. Customer showed up and it was the wrong colors. And so I had to go back and paint the house for free. And so me and the crew, we had to paint it on Saturday. We had to work Saturday because we didn't get it done. We worked on Friday and Saturday.
You had rain. Rain came. That made it extra flexible.
Yeah, so it started raining midway through Friday. We had to shut it down. Then we had to go back Saturday and finish it up painting. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to make the customer happy. And hopefully the customer's happy now.
Yeah. Hopefully so.
Yeah.
We have a giveaway. We have a pretty good giveaway tonight. What is it?
We are giving away another Titan RX Pro gun. We gave away one last live show, so we're giving away one tonight. And the gun comes with the Titan HEA tip, and it comes with the Titan HEA gauge, and I think it's about a $300 value. We're giving away one tonight, and we're giving away at least one this Friday on Facebook or Instagram. All you gotta do is tag us and take a photo of the Titan HEA tip, any photo of it with you using it, you just holding it in Sherwin-Williams, you buying it, taking a picture, and then returning it back to...
No, don't say that. Seriously. Seriously. It's a great product, and we don't want you to return it. You buy it, use it.
It's just a joke. I mean...
Okay.
Because, I mean, just to take a picture. But...
Oh, my goodness.
These are amazing tips, so... I do want to answer a question now for everybody.
You get a lot.
Because I keep getting a lot of people asking me, are these... how do these compare to competitors' fine finish tips, the FFLP tips? And this is different. So we absolutely love these tips. These tips are well worth every dime you're going to pay for them. But these tips are... they're high efficiency airless, hence HEA, and they're low pressure, high production tips. So kind of put that all together, high production, it's going to spray out a ton of paint, and it's going to give you the ability to paint very, very fast and at low pressures and low oversprays. So this is not a fine finish tip. So we need to clarify that, because I keep getting this question answered. I got to keep answering this big old long thing.
Which one's better?
Which one's better? Because they're completely different, so you can't answer it. This is not... Titan does have a fine finish tip. It's a purple tip. Unfortunately, this just happens to be the same color as some competitors' tips that are fine finish. But this isn't fine finish. High production, low overspray, high efficiency airless.
And we're going to give one away tonight. And the way you're going to get it is you have to be with us chatting.
You have to be live.
You have to be live. You have to be live. And you have to be on the chat. And McKenna, our daughter, is with us. And she is going to pick a winner. And she will text me the winner. And then I will announce it before the show is out. But real fast, Chris, American Bully Rosie Rose is from the city in Anaheim, and that's really close to where we're going to be on Wednesday the 22nd.
Anaheim.
And we're going to be close to Anaheim, not in Anaheim. Where are we going to be on Wednesday the 22nd?
We are going to be in Oceanside, California.
Oceanside, Chris Navarrete?
Chris Navarrete.
Okay,
Navarrete,
I'm sorry.
Orange County. So check this out.
Just
we are going to...
South of Orange County.
Yeah, south of Orange County. I mean, Chris would know where it is, and so would American Bully. They would know exactly where Oceanside is. Oceanside is right by beautiful San Diego, right by Encinitas, and it's a cool place. And we are going there to visit your brother.
Family.
Thanksgiving.
But we are going there to see you guys.
Yeah. So on Wednesday, the 22nd, we're going to be at Stone Brewing from 6 to 8. And you could come down and we're going to give away, show all your stickers. He loves the stickers. We're going to be giving away stickers.
We're going to be giving away some super rad stickers at Stone Brewery. And we're giving these away. All you got to do is show up. We're going to give away stickers and, I don't know, where's my shirt?
Sure. You're wearing a shirt.
I'm wearing a shirt. I had my display shirt.
Yeah, it's behind you.
It disappeared.
Okay.
But we're going to be giving away some Paint Life shirts there. So we're going to be taking down a certain quantity. I mean, who knows? Maybe nobody would show up. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're going to give away, I don't know, 25 of them,
No.
50 of them, 10 of them.
Stickers?
No, shirts.
No. Well, we're not even going to say how many, but we're going to take at least 50 stickers down, and we'll take a handful.
I let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, yes, you did. So, anyways, if you guys are in that area, we'll be posting exactly the details on Wednesday the 22nd, Stone Brewing. And I actually just Googled Stone Brewing Oceanside and found it, so it's really easy to find. I have a daughter who's trying to talk to me because they do that. They do that when we're on the live show. But and they'll be with us. Our whole family will be with us. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we love getting out and meeting other painters. We love to hear about the projects you're working on. We love to hear about what you're doing, and we want to hear about the products because that's huge. Like tonight you have all these paintbrushes sitting here. Why is that, Chris?
Oh, I got a bunch of paintbrushes. So, you know, people see me using this one paintbrush for years and years. I've been using them, the same paintbrush over and over. Purdy paintbrushes. Purdy never paid me a dime. And people keep telling me Corona is the best brush ever. They'll tell me, you got to try the Wooster. It's the best brush ever. They'll tell me, you got to try the Picasso. I mean, I don't know which one this is. This is the best brush ever. And I used to kind of just like laugh and think, you know, really, but I don't know why it took me 15 years
a long time
to try a new brush. I just thought I mean, the Purdy's doing good. I can cut a dang good straight line with it. Why do I need to change? And I am so glad that everybody bugged me about the brushes they liked and that I should try other ones. And then one person gave me a really hard time that I was unwilling to try a Corona because the Corona company wouldn't give them to me for free. And which is not true, but he had a point. I mean, and I understood why he would say that. And so I went out and bought all kinds of brushes, and because we don't want to be biased, and we started testing them out. And lo and behold, we have decided there is a better brush, and a way better brush. So I'll just talk a little bit about you know, we got to. This maybe this might be off subject a little bit, but we've tested out this Corona. Some people told me best brush ever, the Corona Chinex brush right here. This is an absolutely amazing brush at a killer price. It's not super cheap, but I don't know, like $25 or something. But we've been testing out. I love this brush. Whoever the people were there who told me to try this thing out, thank you very much, because I think, you know, overall, holding this thing in my hand, one of the best brushes I've ever held in my hand, and one of the best brushes I've ever used. I absolutely love it. So we're continuing to test. I've tested out the Picasso, this brush right here. One of the best brushes, or probably so far the best brush I've ever painted with an exterior door jamb out, laying paint out on a door jamb. Absolutely amazing brush.
Picasso.
It was a Picasso. I've tested out the Wooster, and this is the Alpha. I've tested out the Wooster, not this one, and Wooster, absolutely amazing handles. I think second best handle that I've ever put in my hand and held before. The Lucas Pro Tools, I think, has by far the best handle. It's a $100 brush, but absolutely amazing handle. This one, I think they oil it or clear coated it with something. Great
Paint
brush.
Tech is saying, wait till we introduce you to mypaintbrush.com. So that, with that, we're so excited that after we're in California, we are going to be headed to the UK.
The UK. The UK, for people that don't know, that's England.
So we're gonna.
I used to be super confused.
Okay.
I was like, "What?" I mean, the UK. The UK is in the United Kingdom.
Yes.
It's England, which I think in UK encompasses other countries too, right?
Yes.
It's very confusing.
Okay, it's not really confusing, but we're Americans.
The UK is awesome. We've been there before. We've been to London. Absolutely love it.
So why are we going there, and who are we guests of?
Paint Tech Academy is on right now, Ian. So, Ian, if you would just post right now and how people can find Paint Tech Academy and get information about the National Painting and Decorating Show and how they can come see us at Paint Tech's booth.
And at the booth, there's going to be some giveaways. And they have a good Facebook page.
Yep. Paint Tech has an awesome Facebook page, and then they have another one that's like spray tech or something. I mean, it's
spraying makes sense.
Spraying makes sense, and that's for the people that.
There's a shirt. There's your shirt. We like their shirt.
And so you got to go check them out. That's for the people that I believe go through their academy and stuff. They have a killer academy in the UK on the weekends and stuff. But
real fast, Patrice says it's like how you're using all those multi-tools and never tried the simple old-fashioned paint scraper until you were in Hawaii. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
That's pretty cool. That was a while ago, and so she's been following us. That's so Patrice's, and you're absolutely right. I mean, blam, knocking the head. I mean, I cannot believe that we discovered that paint scraper, and I discovered it in the gutter of somebody's roof.
Well, and then the guy in Hawaii was using one.
Oh, that's
what she's talking about.
Oh, she's talking about the one in Hawaii.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was talking about the Hyde one, and
no, she's talking about.
That's the one.
She's trying to find one. He bought a whole bunch of them. They're not in here, hon. It's okay.
There was one in here because that paint scraper. So we bought them and we tested them. That's one of the my top three painting tools I've ever used now. That paint scraper is amazing. Love it.
But that's what we want to create here. That's exactly why we want to meet you when we're in California. That's why we want to meet you when we're in the UK, because we want to test all the products and we want to know what's the best tools that we can use to get the best finish.
We want to know what are the best tools, and we want to know what are the best paints. So, because we want to know what are the best paints, what are we doing?
We're trying different paints out. Today we tried a different product.
We tried
it's a purple.
We tried Pratt and Lambert Accolade.
Yeah. So stay tuned, and we'll let you know some of the things we liked about it. And
I think that, and I'll probably be posting that review probably this Saturday, and what we think of it. And so,
but we want to hear from you, because some of you guys have been telling us all these things that you like, and we're finding out. Yeah, we're gonna
start testing out what you guys tell us to test.
Yes.
So let us know whatever. But the thing is, here's
get rid of all those emojis.
Here's the thing. Get rid of the emojis.
And to see the feed.
So we only want good products. So we want the best, and so we don't want to test out any on the painting company's average products or low end products, because we only want to give our customers the best. And so let us know what's the best stuff that you've used, high quality, really good paints. And so
because in the paint companies, you have Sherwin-Williams where you could buy something for $10 or $80. So when we go to these paint stores, we want to say, what is your best top-of-the-line product? And we want to start out by testing all of those, because that's the products we want to use.
So Jeremy Mack asked me where I got that Picasso brush at. And so this is interesting because today I went into Miller Paints, which is...
here we go.
Miller Paints. I've never been in there before. So I went in there. It's just a local. Miller Paints is Oregon and Washington.
And one store in Idaho.
And only one store in Idaho. And they have 57 stores in Oregon, Washington.
Okay.
Never been in there. It's just kind of a small store. I went in there, talked to them. They gave me a hat. And I actually liked the hat. It fits good. I like the bill. They gave me the hat. And they were super nice. Okay. The two guys in there were super cool. And talked to them, and one of them follows me. And so it's kind of cool. So I talked to them, and I went in there to buy specifically the Corona brushes from Miller Paints. The Picasso brush I went into Rembrandt's today. That's what Rembrandt's. Ryman's paints. It's another small paint, and they're privately owned, just one store, and they can sell any paints. And they're the ones that sold us the Pratt and Lambert. They had the Picasso brush, and so that's where I bought it. But it's just a privately owned store, and which I'd never been in before, and never. But now that we're testing all these paints, I want to find these paints, and I want to find the best paint. I want to find the store with the best customer service that's going to offer us. So it's kind of fun.
So Miller Paints, if anybody's ever used any of their products, if you're in Oregon or Washington, tell us what you think about them, and we're going to be testing some out, right?
Yeah, Miller Paint, when I was in there, they gave me a gallon of paint to test, a gallon of semi-gloss trim paint, and told me to test it. And I can't remember what it's called, but if you've tried Miller Paints, let us know what you think of it. They're in Oregon and Washington. Let me know what I should try and test out from them. I mean, here's a brush. This is probably like a contractor brush from them. I bought one of those brushes from them today too. So I spent a couple $100 on brushes today.
Yes, I saw that bill.
Yeah, don't kill me.
Okay, so back to Paint Tech. We are going to be there November 28th and 29th, and then at the end of the week we're going to be doing some classes in Preston. And so make sure, go to their Facebook, go to their website. If you're in that part of the world, come see us. We'd love to meet you. We're super excited to see what they're doing with Spraying Makes Sense and all their academies. They're doing a great thing for painters, equipping them.
Yep.
So we're really excited to meet them and to work with them.
So Johnny's asking where he could buy the scraper. So we do have a tool store in Amazon affiliate link to tool store. That's on our website, theidahopainter.com, where we sell some specific tools that we love to use, and they're stocked in all our vans. You can go there, and we get a small percentage from Amazon, because there are affiliate links, and it's just a simple way to help support our channel. But we are coming out with our very own tool store where we're direct shipping the products right here from our house. That's going to be coming up here shortly. And but that scraper is in my tool store right now. Yep.
So what we are all talked about is Wednesday 22nd, we're going to be in California. The 28th, 29th, 30th, we're going to be in the UK. And then after that, we're going to head over to Berlin. And so more information will come about that trip. So if anybody's in Berlin, we'd like to meet you too.
I do see people like Bobby Willis just said, he mentioned Dunn Edwards. I think he's talking to somebody, Dunn Edwards. We would like, I know like all the paint manufacturers out there. Let me know specifically, like from Dunn Edwards, what product from Dunn Edwards do you like? So that like Bobby Willis, hey, throw out there what do you like? What's this guy right here? That's kind of, we're gonna have to like get rid of him.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on this guy right here. We might have to just kick him off.
I think so.
All right. Let's see. We'll just put him in timeout.
Jim,
so talk
it's
like, in
Oceanside, California. So we will put a little thing on Facebook and on Instagram. So, but it's in that. That just really distracted me. I get distracted easy.
Concentrate.
Okay, concentrate.
I was taking care of it while you were.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Some people are kind of weird.
Yeah, but that's okay.
I only saw 2 of the messages and I deleted a whole bunch, so it may not have been bad, but
yeah. Well, it was kind of off.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what was our topic tonight?
What to paint first?
Yes.
Ceiling, walls, or trims. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So, I do get the question asked a lot, and specifically, what do I paint first, or do I always paint trim first? And somebody asked me that today before the live show even started. Do I always paint trim first? And yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about, is there any case when I don't paint the trim first? And I couldn't think of any.
It's when you don't paint the trim.
Wow, that's a good point. I didn't think of that.
The first question is...
That's why we have 2 brains here.
That wasn't even very smart.
Because I can't think of everything. And so I have somebody else to think of it for me. And it's not an easy question to answer because there's so many different scenarios. So people they'll ask me the question, on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, and I can't answer it just in this like simple couple sentences because there's so many different scenarios when we would do it differently or vice versa. So I'm going to try to throw out a few of the scenarios, and I kind of went over it
today. You painted some trim and you did walls.
So there you go.
No ceiling. No ceiling. That was our today's project.
So today we did some interior painting, and we always spray our trim because it will always give you the best finish. Spraying trim is always going to give you a better finish than brushing and rolling it. And I guess it's like argumentative. How do you say that? Arguably. So spraying arguably gives you the best finish. I mean, to me, I don't think it's arguably. Mm-hmm. I think it always gives you the best finish. So we always spray our trim. Mm-hmm. And so with that comes a little bit of liability. We've got a mask. We've got to cover everything with plastic, but we got the system down and it works, and we don't destroy things, and we don't get paint on people's stuff and overspray. We just prep and prepare properly. Mm-hmm. So we sprayed the trim, and we worked in a living room, dining room, and entryway had its stairs going up 2 stories. And and our duties, what you assigned to us, was to paint the trim and paint the walls.
And there was like Stair caps? Or what was it?
There was stair caps. There was some chair railing, and the dining room was an accent color, and the rest of it was another color. And so the first process, we walk in the house, and we know right off the bat we're going to be painting the trim. Okay. So we just start laying our drop cloths down, get our drop cloths down, start bringing in our tools. We start running 9-inch paper around the floor over the drop cloths.
So Ron said, do you spray in fully furnished homes? Was this house fully furnished?
It sure was.
Okay, so we do.
We always do. We just cover it, wrap it in plastic, and it does. And when you get the process down, it happens fast, really fast. And when you learn to seal it and tape it, bam. And then when you undo it, you don't just poof it all out and throw it in a ball, because then it just throws the seal and dust everywhere.
So there's a rhyme or reason.
Slowly roll it up and take it outside. And
Susan, Animals Are Angels is here. We've missed you. Where have you been?
I haven't seen her for a while.
No, we're so glad you're here.
Yep, glad you're here. We're glad everybody's here.
We are glad everyone's here because, like I say, it's really weird if we're just sitting in a room talking to ourselves.
We do it all the time.
We do, but yeah.
Do you like talking to me in a room by myself?
But we're just kind of weird. That's okay.
Really?
We're glad you guys are all here, but I was just happy to see Susan, so thanks for being with us.
It's cool. Fireline. Do you still use frog tape and caulk to make your straight lines? We've been doing it for years, and we did it today.
You're not doing the AccuBrush? Did anybody see that brush? It was that big. It was my finger.
But it's not a paintbrush. It's not for like painting.
I know.
It served a purpose, but it just didn't work well. Has anybody online right now, has anybody on our show tried the AccuBrush, and what do you think of it? If you've tried it and had success, because a few people butchered me and said I didn't give it an honest and fair test.
You did.
But let me know, have you tried the AccuBrush, and what do you think? Should I have thrown it off 65 feet off the aerial lift, or should I saved it to reuse for another day, or should I have mailed it to one of you guys?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I don't think it'd be worth the postage, even though I bought it for that amount of money. So yeah.
AccuBrush, please don't come after me. It was an honest review. I did nothing wrong.
Terry,
and neither did John.
Terry, I got this pretty necklace, but yes, if you walk downstairs, every room downstairs has green paint on it, and it still looks that way.
The AccuFail.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're getting back to
do we paint interior trim, spray it when there's furniture in the house? You say yes.
We do. And so today we walked in, threw our drop cloths down, put our 9-inch paper, wrapped all the stuff in the 9x400 plastic. It's just like $10 a box, and we wrap it really fast, and then we started prepping, and we had it all masked off and ready to go to raise spray trim in probably about 2 hours. And that's we prepped the trim, sanded it, bondoed all the nicks and dings, sanded the bondo, had it all ready to go. And I think John was spraying the trim within 2 hours, and then we sprayed the trim, and guess what? We painted the walls today too. So we sprayed the trim, it dried, we masked onto the trim, and then we
How long did you have to wait? I mean, does it depend on the product? Like, how long do you wait? Like, that seems risky. You put tape on the trim that you just painted?
I mean, what do you mean by risky?
Because you could pull the paint off.
Nobody was going to die.
Well, but then you just wasted your time. Like, you did all that to prep it, then you put a piece of tape on it and pull it off. You don't use regular masking tape, do you?
We use magic tape.
Magic tape.
We use tape that is magic. And no, you just put it down and you wave a magic wand. And
that would be John.
But okay, it's that's John saying that. I just stole it from John.
You did.
So, yes, occasionally the tape, because the paint's not cured, the paint's dry, but it takes about 30 days to cure and bite to the surface. Occasionally, when you pull your tape off, it's going to pull off some of the paint, but we just go back and touch it up. It'll just pull it off here and there, but here's a trick. In order to stop that, pro tip, we take bomb cans of fast dry primer, and one of them is like a shellac primer, and everywhere where tape's going to go, we run around really quick and spray it with that primer. And
on the trim?
On the trim, where the tape's going to go. Okay. And so now that usually resolves the problem.
Is that Snap Dry?
Snap Dry is a product from Sherwin-Williams, and I have never tried Snap Dry. Mm-hmm. And I've heard good things about it, but I've never had to use it because we've never had a problem with products that aren't Snap Dry. And I don't know. I mean, I've never used it. So when you spray it, you snap your fingers and it dries.
Oh my gosh.
Is that really? And you go snap and it dries.
Okay.
Or does it? No. Does it dry as fast as you snap? snap
We
dry.
don't even know. We don't even know. But somebody had a point. Like what you were saying is, what you're saying, you cover everything to protect it.
I do.
And then you don't just like, woo, and then the plastic and this dust all goes everywhere. There's a reason. Do you have any videos that show how you wrap it up and how you create less dust?
I do. Probably back in the olden days I made one.
Huh.
But
archives.
So I wouldn't know. I mean, but I've made videos like that, and they happened a while ago. But that would have been a good video today to do and show the new, because the new and improved versions are so much better. My videos looked really bad 5 years ago. Don't go back and look at them.
And we're still just...
I looked like a fool.
Well, you're still just doing it, so you may say that by now. You're gonna look back tonight and you're gonna say, "Oh my gosh, what a fool!" But that's okay.
Yeah,
we're
let's get
about
educating
and equipping and empowering.
We're a half hour into it. We got to talk about. People want to know what to paint first.
Okay.
And so we got to talk about what to paint first.
You just said the trim, and I think we should. We're halfway through. Always do the trim. And
we have to talk about. We got to do some of this subject here, because the subject matter is what's important. So I want to just get a little bit into it.
You don't think a little bit of sticker giveaway?
Not yet. Let's talk about this scenario.
5 minutes. We need 5 minutes.
We need to talk about this scenario today.
Okay.
So we went in and we sprayed the trim. We got it prepped. We sprayed the trim, and we typically on repaints roll our walls. And people will ask me, "Do you roll or spray them?" And if you want the best finish is always rolling them. The fastest finish is always spraying them. So there's a trade-off. And why is that? Like spraying will always show like lap marks, and you'll get like some flashing. Spraying changes the color a little bit because it atomizes the paint. And it's really, especially ceilings, really difficult to get a good finish on ceilings that have a sheen to them, like satin, spraying them. So the best finish is rolling. So today we're going to spray the trim and they're going to roll the walls. So we went in, we sprayed the trim, rolled the walls, and we just hand cut in the ceiling. So we did all of our cut-ins, hand cut in, and then we rolled our first coat, and then we went back and rolled our second coat. And that was the process. And then we pulled our tape, and bam, we were done. So
you were talking like new construction, you guys always spray.
New construction, I've never rolled anything in new construction, because now it's all about speed and it's all about making money at the lowest cost. And now I guess somebody had a $5 million home and they wanted me to do a $5 million home, I would change the way I do things. But every time we've done new construction, the homes are $500,000 and less. And you got it. And the builders do not want to pay the extra money for you to roll and back roll and all that stuff. We do back roll in certain situations, and that's another situation. But so in new construction, we spray the trim first, always. Once the trim is sprayed, and typically in new construction, because it's a whole house, a lot of prep involved, we come back the next day after the trim's dry and we mask off the trim. We have this process of masking our trim with 9x400 plastic, where we wrap it and the trim's all masked off, and then we spray our walls and ceilings.
But so I had a question. When you always spray the trim first, like you get paint on the walls, and that's usually like a semi-gloss, and then you go paint with like a satin, does that show?
You're like almost a journeyman painter now. How do you learn this stuff? You're amazing. That's a very good question.
Yeah, because that would be a concern.
People ask me all the time, if I spray semi-gloss on my trim, the overspray gets onto the wall.
Yeah.
Now if I'm going to go back over the wall with like a satin or something, is it going to show flashing? Is it going to be shinier there than on the wall? Mm-hmm. That's a very good question, because it will be in certain situations, especially if it's a brand new wall, brand new drywall. Hence, this is why you have to PVA prime and prime with lot.
One of those paint and primers?
No. So the accolade we were using today from Pratt & Lambert was a paint and primer. I mean, come on, people. Paint and primer in one. That's the biggest nonsense thing.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
And yeah, there is no such thing. It doesn't exist. It only exists because the words say it on the label. And they put it on the label, and they all know it's not true, but but people buy into it and buy it.
Yeah.
So no, PVA, this is a secret. Nobody knows about this but me. And so PVA primers, and I'm the only one that knows. Polyvinyl acrylic. It exists. It exists, and a lot of people don't know. No,
Okay.
I by all means, it's sold. Every paint store uses it. You have to, on new drywall, new construction, you have to prime your walls with a PVA primer. I know, and I did for a lot of years use mist tinted paints. I would box interior and exterior paints together, water them down with water, and spray those as a primer. Because why did I do that? Because I didn't know.
You were told that it was a paint and primer, so you could use paint as a primer.
That not necessarily, but I mean, I was told you can do that.
Okay.
I learned from other painters, but I learned the wrong way and I learned the hard way. That does not seal the rock.
Okay.
That's just paint. PVA primers are specifically designed to seal the porous rock, the porous drywall, the porous sheetrock. Goes on there, seals it. That way, your top coat, when you spray it on there, your paint, your acrylic, which creates your sheen, doesn't absorb into the drywall. It stays even. And now, if you put a semi-gloss over the top of a PVA primer and then you put a satin over the top of that, it's holding out your sheen, so your satin's going to cover the semi-gloss, and it's still going to be a satin, even though there's semi-gloss underneath it. I personally have never had a problem with it.
So so let's go back. Now we're talking about repaints. So you went in today and you sprayed semi-gloss on the trim, and then you went back to paint a satin on the wall, and you weren't concerned with the overspray that got on the wall showing through.
Very good question. I cannot believe how good you're getting at this. You're going to start painting for us. So no, because on a repaint, the walls have been painted multiple times. They've been new construction built, they've been sprayed, the customers painted, rolled the house is, I don't know, 20 years old, 25 years old. It's got 3 coats of paint. I've never once in my career, in 15 years, had an issue where I sprayed the trim on the wall, and it was semi-gloss or a gloss, and then painted the walls flat, satin, or semi-gloss, and saw a difference, or saw what we call haloing.
Okay.
If you're running into haloing, it's because typically your walls are dry, they haven't been primed properly, new drywall, you spray semi-gloss on there, then you spray a satin on your walls, your satin sheen absorbs into the rock because the rock wasn't sealed properly. Now you've lost a lot of your sheen. It's now down to an eggshell, but your satin over the top of your semi-gloss is a satin, and this is not a satin no more because your acrylic was lost. A lot of your sheen was lost. You see haling, and it's that simple.
Okay.
Yep.
It did seem simple. So today you did the trim, then you did the walls, and no sealing?
I'm like getting ready to go to the UK and teach at this class.
We got a little bit of work to do, Ian. But we're going to work on it. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
I'm practicing.
Okay, very good. So we have a giveaway. It's 7:37. We're going to give away...
Let's do it.
We're going to give away some stickers and a shirt.
We're gonna
And guess what?
Yo. We're going to give away some...
That's true.
What?
She said I do enough with orchestrating the crew. That is true.
What do you mean? You do enough. You do like more than enough. I don't know how you do it. So we're going to give a Paint Life shirt away tonight, right now, and we're going to give away 4 stickers. 4 stickers. And we're just going to randomly pick the 5 people. We're going to pick 1 for the shirt and 4 for the stickers who guessed the number written on the back of the sticker.
Number. And
the number has 2 digits, so it's one number.
Yeah, but if 5 people need to pick the same number,
right?
And it's just the 5 that you pick. It could be the first person, it could be the last person.
That's what you said I was going to randomly.
Yeah, very random.
That's what random means.
Okay, very random. Okay,
it's just going to be random.
What's the number?
Because we're just so random. Sometimes I say random things. So just guess a number between 1 and 100.
If you walk to my downstairs, you'd see very random
Well, just between
streets.
1 and 100, and then I'll give some hints of what it is here in just a second.
Oh, I think, okay. I think you should do...
should I just already give
50 through 100.
50 through 100.
50 through 100.
So the numbers, oh goodness sakes, here we go. 50 through 100. We're going to pick 5. You got to write the names down.
Okay.
Get a blank piece of paper. We'll start scrolling through. It's between 50 and 100. Here we go. Let's give it away. Okay, I see one right there.
I don't.
Did you write it down?
No.
One person's guessed. Do you see it right here?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. Write it down because we got to say.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're looking.
We're looking.
Look at the numbers
1.
coming. Blam, blam, blam. Let's see.
And remember, we're random.
And I'll give another hint here. So we got numbers still below 50. So
yeah.
Oh, there's another one.
There's another.
Okay, you got that one.
But I need to write his name.
Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
There's another one.
Oh, I see another one.
Okay, we got 2 more. And we'll give this one the shirt to this person right here.
Okay.
Okay. So right shirt. And let's see. Oh, there's another one.
Where?
Right here.
Oh.
We know that person.
Yes. And we're so happy.
One more. Here we go. One more. Numbers are flying.
Somebody did way over.
Okay, right there.
Oh.
Right there. Okay, we got 5. Bam. Here we go. Lisa. Miss Lisa Berry.
And I can't even read my own writing. That's the sad thing.
You're the one that sends it out, so you gotta.
Okay.
And so you gotta just these people that we name off. All you gotta do is email us
your address.
Your address at this email address, and then what you want. Here we go. And I should just have somebody else do this for me.
Oh, McKenna's with us.
I don't know. I haven't even seen her.
Yes, I have. She's been here.
So, live show at theidahopainter.com.
So,
and name them off. Who won?
Michelle Eldridge.
Michelle Eldridge, you're a winner
of a sticker. Dwayne Perry.
Dwayne Perry's a winner.
And Zane Hawkins.
Zane Hawkins
won a shirt.
Won the shirt. Got the Paint Life shirt.
And angels are our angels. Animals are our angels.
Animals are our angels.
Won a sticker. And Grace Avery Homes LLC Landrum.
You want a sticker.
Won a sticker. So thank you so much for doing that with us.
Thanks for guessing. And we still at the end of the show we got 20 minutes. What do we give away?
Oh, our gun. Our gun.
These guns don't kill people.
This is Chris's weapon of choice.
This is this does not shoot ducks.
Oh, did you hear? No, did you hear? He was on the History Channel, and they said, and the weapon of choice.
The weapon of choice
was a spray gun.
Spray gun.
So I thought it was pretty funny.
I posted on Instagram a picture of me and John hunting, and people didn't like it, and they started unfollowing us.
But we're in Idaho. We're in Idaho, and
so I don't post pictures of us hunting anymore because it seems to offend people.
You weren't hunting. You were exploring the wild. No, last night you were exploring the river.
It's the Snake River.
The Snake River.
Exploring hunting spots.
Okay, that's what he was doing.
Hunting. I mean, hunt like binoculars, like sight bird watching.
Yeah. Anyways, the reality is.
Let's see. It says show or hide. I wonder what that is for.
Oh, just leave it.
No, we'll say show to see what it does. Where'd it go?
I don't know. It's just a whole bunch
of numbers. It's just a number. It looks like a phone number. Yeah. No, I'm not going to call you. You don't need to leave me your phone number because I'm not going to call you.
Yeah. So, anyways, what were we talking about?
My favorite weapon is the RX Pro Gun, new generation painters.
Okay.
John Ford. Everything offends PBL nowadays. Everything offends.
It is true. We are very sensitive.
It seems like I do a lot of things that offends people. Like I clean my rollers, the way I clean my rollers.
Well, we don't need to focus on that stuff.
I'm not focusing on it.
Because there's other people that don't get.
I mean, why can't I talk about it?
I guess you can. Because it's like there's so much good. Like everybody with us is the good. And then we're talking about like the small minority.
I like to talk about things that make me laugh too.
That makes you laugh?
It does.
Well, hopefully you guys can check him out on Instagram because he thinks he's really funny when he was repainting my house with the AccuBrush. So people have been watching it, but we have more people that follow us on YouTube than on Instagram and Facebook. So if you haven't seen us on Instagram and Facebook.
Who's this Loki guy that keeps putting on just random stuff?
Well, that's why you blocked him before and he came back.
So we got to get busy here.
Yes, that's true. Being offended is a choice. Yeah, we should not be so easily offended.
I'm not offended. Capstone painting, haters don't matter.
That's true.
Separatude, Chris, did you try the Graco trollers? I'm not sure what the Graco. We've got the power roller and the pressure roller, and we've got them. And I was going to use them today, and I forgot them. So you're going to see that coming up. So we got them from Graco. So stay tuned.
So back to what do we do first? So we talked about we always paint the trim. We always roll the walls, but there are times when we spray them. Like a rental, what would you do if somebody's like, don't have a big budget, one color? What would you do for a rental?
Okay, just something that I'm going to talk about. American Bully Rose. Somebody asked me, what are my thoughts on the jet roller? That's what I just said.
Oh, okay.
The jet roller and the power and the pressure roller, they're coming out. I'm going to give my reviews. We haven't used them. I've never tried them before, but you're going to see it soon. So
you haven't used it yet?
I haven't used it yet. I got them from Graco a few weeks back, but we haven't had any interiors. Today was our first interior. Bam, we're doing interiors. So let's talk about another scenario, something different. You just brought up something different, like like rentals, and say we go in and this is just a rental. They just paint them typically all one color. We're going to walk in there and we're going to spray the trim, walls, and ceilings one color. So we're just going to walk right into that rental, and it's just speed. We're going to throw drop cloths down. We're going to mask our 9-inch paper, put it all over the floors, and we're going to use a paint that we can put on the trim and the walls. That's going to be, kind of a mid-range paint because it's just a rental, and we're going to spray the ceilings, walls, and trim all one shot. And that's done just like that. And we can do 2,000 square feet in one day in a scenario like that.
Okay.
Fast. And so now let's change the scenario a little bit. What if we're walking to a house, a repaint, the people live in it, and we're not painting the trim, but we're painting the walls and the ceilings are a different color. There we go. There's a different scenario.
You need the AccuBrush. I'm sorry.
Does anybody like the AccuBrush? Angel Guzman has given us a super chat. Thank you very much.
Andrew did.
Angel, and so did Andrew. Control Max HEA tips, regular or sprayer or regular airless. I'm not sure. Control Max, the HEA. I'm gonna with airless with HEA gun and tip. I'm a little bit. I'm gonna have to email Andrew on that one and talk to him. It's that Control Max HEA sprayer or regular airless with HEA tip. The regular HEA tip, gun and tip can work on any sprayer, any airless rig, and it's kind of interesting. It's I'll have to answer that question a little bit later. Try to figure it out. So I walk in. We're just painting the walls and the ceilings. The ceilings are a different color. There are some situations where we're going to spray the ceilings, and we'll spray the ceilings first because we'll get oversprayed down onto the walls. And then I always like to do my cut-ins looking at my cut-ins instead of upside down if I did it vice versa. And so if the ceilings, if somebody's going to have to be looking up for just like this whole house and it's just going to be miserable rolling ceilings, it's the whole house, we're probably going to break out the sprayer and spray the ceilings. And the product we use on ceilings is flat. And we do use a product from Sherwin-Williams called Eminence. And the Eminence we found is the best spraying of any ceiling product that we've ever found. And it doesn't leave lines, lap marks, and all that stuff, or leaves the least amount. And you can get away with spraying the ceilings. And for speed, we'll spray it. Now, you'll definitely got to cover everything, but we cover everything anyways if we're rolling them. So we would spray them for speed, and then we would roll all of our walls because your walls look best when they're rolled.
But you have a great video that you did not too long ago about painting ceilings, and John was explaining like when the window hits the ceiling, like what lighting that you should take that into consideration when you're doing the ceiling.
But John explained it very well. We have a video that we just put out not too long ago about painting ceilings, and some of the tips and tricks of painting them, because there's light affects everything. And if you have if you don't have a lot of daylight, outside light coming in, it's easier to spray the ceilings and they'll look, you're not going to have as many issues. But if we're only doing a couple rooms or even half the house, we're probably going to roll the ceilings. And so we'll roll them down onto the wall, and then we'll come back and roll the wall and cut in the ceilings. So we are looking at our cut in. So if we're going to spray our ceilings, if we're just going to just paint ceilings, we would just walk in. I mean, what's the paint first? Just the ceilings. We spray. We'll we would either roll them or spray them depending on the situation. If we're going to spray them, we're going to drop 9x400 plastic all the way down to the ground, and then we're going to spray them because any fallout coming down and stuff would it wouldn't go onto the walls and cause flashing on the walls. So now let's try to come up with a scenario where we would spray the ceilings after we paint the walls. So if we're gonna spray the ceilings, we come back and roll the walls and we can cut in. When we're doing new construction, if we're spraying the walls and spraying the ceilings, now we would do things just the opposite. So this is interesting. So if we're going to spray the ceilings and spray the walls for speed, because we're not necessarily concerned about the quality of finish, but we want to we're on a time crunch or time limit and we want to paint faster, you can spray the walls probably 25% faster. So we're going to spray the walls and the ceilings. Now, because we don't want to mask upside down, we're going to spray the walls. We're going to spray all of our walls. Then we're going to come back and mask our ceilings. We're going to drop plastic from about 6 inches from the ceiling, drop it all the way down to the floor, 9 by 400 plastic. Then we're going to go over the top of that with 9-inch paper and 1-inch tape, 1-inch frog tape. And then we would spray the ceilings. Now that's speed, and that's if it's 2 colors. Walls one color, ceilings another color. And you can see how the scenarios change. And so this is where you have to use some thought. You got to use your professional experience and try to determine what's going to be the best, what's going to be the fastest, what's going to be the best for the customer, what's going to look the best, and and then what does the budget allow? If the budget doesn't allow you to take your time to do a really high quality finish, I mean, ultimately it's best to spray the trim, roll the walls, and roll the ceilings. That's the very best way to do it. But if it's a rental, the customer doesn't care. They're just turning it over to some renters who's going to trash it, and they're just going to have to repaint it in a year. Why would you roll them? And why would you care about flashing? Because it's just renters. You're not trying to satisfy the renters other than just giving it, a clean slate, just all one color. So you can see it's like interesting. So you can see now why it's not so easy for me to answer that question in just a couple sentences when people ask me.
You have a lot of videos out that show the process that we do stuff. But a lot of people are saying, I'm not going to pull out a sprayer because of the dust. But isn't that what the HEA tip is supposed to be better with the dust? And
so the HEA tip will control, they've done tests in up to 50, we've seen, I think the tests say 55% less overspray. We've seen, and we're thinking in some cases, 75% less overspray. So if you're spraying interiors, here you go, doing walls or ceilings, this is the ticket. It's going to create, and what is the overspray? We're not talking about this like tons of paint falling there. The overspray is silica dust, and it's that dust that's just created everywhere, and it kind of leaves the room all foggy with this dust floating, and eventually settles on the ground. The dust wipes out and cleans up, but if you have 50% less dust, it's easier to clean up. Today, the paint we were painting with had Pratt & Lambert accolades. It has no silicates. It uses a clay. John looked it up, and specifically a clay. And so you're not going to have silicates floating in the air. You'll have clay. But what we were kind of debating and we're talking about is the clays typically wears out your tips faster. And your equipment. So is it going to be harder on your equipment?
So John Bullard says, how do you correct flashing if 2 coats doesn't correct it?
You roll it. I mean, that's so flashing, and I've run it, and I'm not sure exactly what he's talking about, rolling or spraying, but flashing on a ceiling, I've had situations where I sprayed the ceiling one direction, it flashed. I sprayed it another direction, it flashed. In some cases, it's going to flash. I mean, a lot of it's the paint, the tip. I mean, there's so many different things. The lighting. Lighting is going to, is your worst enemy, and when it comes to painting ceilings and stopping flashing, and same with walls. You're going to spray and you're going down, and you're going to get lap marks and flashing. But the best way, and this is the best tip, the best advice I can get you how to stop flashing, is more paint. More paint's going to keep a wet edge and keep the paint wetter longer, so it doesn't dry on the edges and what we cause these lap marks and flashing. And typically the paint, when you're spraying it like new construction and stuff or inside, it's drying too fast because you're not putting on enough paint. A lot of people are afraid to put on tons of paint because they're afraid it's going to run. And there's some paints that what we call hang well, and you can just absolutely load on the paint, keep literally a sopping wet edge, and you're less likely to get flashing. And there's a paint product from Sherwin-Williams that we use that to me is the best I've ever used when it comes to flashing and keeping a wet edge and drying slowly. But the faster the paint dries, the more it's going to flash.
So
that's just fact.
Some people have gotten a little bit offended when they're talking about really renters and stuff like that. Like we've offended people that are renting, or that that we don't do as good a work for rentals. I think what it comes down to has nothing to do with that. It has to do with different customers have different budgets, and they have different finished products that they're looking for, and so can we do a great job just spraying the whole thing? Yes, it could look fabulous, but what's the budget of your customer? And so some customers, they want to have their rental just like their home and they're willing to pay more money. Some are not. And so for us, when we were talking about rentals, we're just talking about a different scenario.
Yeah, and here I'll address that and make it even a little more clear. Rentals, what happens is we get apartment complexes that call us up and say, we need you to give us a bid to do, every time we get a rental in the apartment complex, it turns over, the people move out and they paint them every single time.
Yeah.
Or they'll have 50 of them and they want us to bid them. And every time you get those, they literally tell you, we will only pay 50 cents a square foot, and and so they're on a budget. When they're turning them over, those rentals, they have this budget, and they cannot afford to pay you $3 a square foot. It's impossible, or you will never get the bid, and this is what they expect, and they usually give you clear guidelines. We just want it all one color, all one sheen, and we want it sprayed for speed so we can get it for the least amount of cost. And that's what we run into. And then we get people with rental homes, and they're usually small homes, and they're all one color, and they contact us and they specifically tell us, we want to keep the budget down. It's just a rental. We want to just get it just all one color, get it looking fresh and clean again. And that's the scenario. It has nothing to do with the people that live in it. It's the people that contact us and notify us, and they in order to be competitive with your bid, you need to know it's a rental and it needs to be done fast. And they typically specify the paint, and they're usually lower grade paints.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with us. It's what their specs are. A lot of the apartment complexes, they have a fold out, and here's the specs. They hand you the specs, and they even sometimes provide the paint, and they're usually the lowest grade paints that you can buy. And because if they're painting the apartment, because sometimes the apartment turns over 3 months later. And the last big apartment complex we bid, they paint them. As soon as the people move out, they paint them. Whether they live there a month, whether they live 3 months. And so they can't afford to pay $3 a square foot. They literally wanted them almost 25 cents a square foot.
But I think when we do bids, people call me and say, oh, I just need a quick number for painting my whole house. And to me, it's like, well, what is the scope of work? Do you want your closets painted? Do you want your trim painted? Do you want your walls painted? Do you want your ceiling painted? How many colors do you want painted? And so there's always variables. And so I think that's what for each homeowner, each customer, what is their goal and what are they looking for? And then you bid accordingly.
Yep.
So, but I think if you spray, you get a great paint job.
Yes, and so I don't know if I maybe confuse people, like spraying doesn't give you a good quality. Spraying gives you the best finish on trim. Spraying gives you, all the new construction we do, we spray it in the wall. The houses are brand new. The people walk in, they love it. It looks great. From our professional standpoint, our eyes that I see painting every single day, I can see a difference as a professional painter. 99% of the people can't see the difference between rolling walls and spraying walls, but I can. And probably 80% of the people that, after you spray the walls or roll the walls, can't see the difference. They can't see the flashing and stuff like that, but some people can. And so
real fast, somebody asked about nicotine. Is there any kind of a block you've ever used on walls or floors or anything?
The best thing for nicotine, the best thing for smoke, the best thing for pet odors, shellac. And it has to be true shellac. It can't be synthetic shellac, but shellac-based primers is the only primer that will block odors, the only primer I've ever found that will truly block nicotine. And to me, I don't care what any of those labels say, because there's a lot of them that say, like oil-based primers that say they block pet odors. From my personal experience in our rentals, we had rentals, they don't work except shellac. So shellac.
We had a bad one.
Yeah, shellac will specifically say for pet odors. Zinsser makes a good one. Some of the paint stores make their own brand. Bullseye makes a good one.
I just want to say we're going to be leaving in a second and doing our giveaway, but we've had a lot of weird comments tonight, and so we want to create an environment that is truly encouraging, that truly is educational, that we're all in it together. And so, I don't know what tonight. We were having all kinds of weird comments tonight. This person right here is,
I mean, we had to delete a whole bunch of his stuff.
Yeah, so we're having some weird stuff. So, obviously in life, we all have to do our power to do good, and there's opportunities all around us to do that. But we'll just delete the stuff that isn't good.
And we've had a couple people on here that are just kind of a little out of control, and they've been put in timeout.
So that's
we
good.
do have people moderating. We got McKenna, who is the master moderator. And if you're going to say nasty things...
One last question before we do our giveaway. Carl says, what is flashing?
So flashing can be caused by a lot of things. And because you could see it in rolling and spraying and flashing. There's a lot of different
like drywall.
So if we're spraying walls and it just leaves like these lines, we call them flashing. If the paint is drying too fast on a wall and it's the edges of it are leaving these what we call dry feathers, we would call it flashing. If you let's see, other forms of flashing. If you spray a ceiling and you're spraying it and you can see, like, if you can see the lines where you sprayed, or what we call lap marks, we call that flashing. We get flashing, haloing type of flashing, which is a color difference between the two colors when you roll a wall versus when you do your cut-ins on a wall. And it's interesting because some of the definitions, what I call flashing, could be different from what other people call flashing. Back in New York or back in the UK or something like that. But typically, spraying from flashing is caused by the paint drying too fast and you're not keeping it a wet edge. And you're going to see, if you look down a hallway and you see these lines going up and down, and you sprayed up and down, we call that flashing. If you're texturing the wall, the guys that mix the texture, say orange peel, and they're spraying the texture and they're going up and down, and the texture mud is inconsistent, it's not wet enough, and it's getting these little dry edges, we call it texture flashing. You'll look down the wall and you'll think it's a color difference or paint flashing, but where you see like the lines, whatever, if you move your hand down the wall slowly and don't look, all of a sudden you'll feel a rust spot. Look at that, mark it, go down the wall, look, and you'll see a line going down. That's texture flashing and not paint flashing. Okay. That's how you can prove to a builder it's not you, but it's the...
Can you put enough paint on it to cover it ever?
No. Texture flashing, typically you can never get rid of it.
They need to read texture?
Read texture.
Okay. So, anyways, if you won earlier tonight, we need you to email us at our email live show at the-idaho-painter.com. One more announcement. We are going to be in Oceanside. For any of you that tuned in before, after we gave this announcement, we're going to be in Oceanside. When? What date? November 22nd. So not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, we're going to be in Oceanside at a brewery. Mm-hmm. What brewery?
Stone Brewery in Oceanside from 6 to 8 p.m. And we're going to be bringing a whole bunch of stickers.
Come hang out with us. And you're going to get a free Paint Life shirt. We're going to bring shirts, stickers to give away for those people that just want to come out and hang out, say hi. We'd love to meet you face to face, instead of seeing these little emojis and icons of what we know what your dog looks like, or we know we want to meet you. So it's kind of cool.
So I need to see people chatting, and McKenna's going to email me and let me know who has been participating and who's been on the live show, and who is going to be the winner tonight. We're
going to select somebody. Let us know who wants this gun. Just tell me who wants this gun right now. We're going to start picking somebody. We need to know. If you don't tell us you want the gun, we don't even know you're here. So we're just going to randomly pick somebody.
No, we're not. McKenna's picking someone.
Oh, we're not picking it. McKenna. And McKenna's not going to know unless you... there's more people saying weird things.
Okay. So here, let's do this. We're out of time. 8:04.
We're not. I mean, we're gonna take our time and pick. And so, Bobby Willis says this is my Monday night.
Oh my goodness, this is quite a Monday night. We hope you guys learned something.
Pick me. What if you picked me? What if McKenna picked me?
No, she's not going to.
It's been pretty cool. The numbers are higher than we've ever had them, so kind of cool, kind of fun. So here we go. So McKenna has picked somebody, and so here we go. We are going to give away the gun.
Let me type it in.
Lisa's typing away the winner. And the gun comes with
the name.
An HEA tip, and it comes with a gauge.
Write the last name.
Lisa's going to write the name. Thank you guys for being with us.
I can't read that. I can't read that.
It's going crazy. We got somebody from Alabama. We got somebody from just going crazy. I see XC Painters on there. Levi Hall. Tiffany. Let's see. Gary Jones. I see Patrice's Projects. American Bully.
Okay.
Super chat.
Here we go. She just sent it to us. You guys heard it ring?
Here we go. This is the winner.
The winner of the gun.
Bam. It's Mac Miller.
Mac
Milleur. Mac Miller, you are the winner of a Titan gun.
So all you need to do is email us. I just put the address in. Email us at liveshow@the-idaho-painter.com, and I will mail that to you this week along with the other winners who are...
Other winners. So we got a sticker winner, Michelle Eldridge. We got a sticker winner, Dwayne Perry. The shirt winner is Zane Hawkins. Angels are animals are our angels. Sticker winner, Grace Avery Holmes, LLC. Landrum is a sticker winner.
Casey has said, how do you keep flashing from happening when the customer won't buy more paint? We, in all our jobs, we do purchase our own paint.
Yeah, we purchase...
we will give the right coverage if it has to do with paint flashing. We take care of that.
Yeah, because so if it flashes, we just go buy more because that's in our bid. Our bid, it's never... If the customer's not going to allow you to buy more paint, then how can you do the job properly? I mean, because you can't control every situation. Flashing's occurred by a lot of different things. So if you painted it and it's got texture flashing, which isn't your fault, then you need to get more paint because you need to sand that and redo it. And so... it's like, I mean, that's a difficult situation. The customer needs to help you out in providing the best project. I want to, product. I want to say a big thanks to our super chatters, American Bully Rosie Rose. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
A6 Paint Pros DFW. That's probably Texas, right from Texas.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Nick Lolg, that's a difficult name to say.
Yeah.
Can you say that? Give your shot.
No, I can't.
Come on,
no.
Nick. N-I-K.
No.
Thank you, Nick. He's got a tiger as a face. Angel Guzman, once again, thank you very much. And then we got Andrew Slovacek, and he's got a question.
And we wouldn't be here without Andrew, so we're just so
Andrew's
thankful
amazing.
that you're with us.
We see him. We're on Instagram, Idaho Painter, Facebook, The Idaho Painter. We're giving away another gun on Facebook this Friday. You have to post a picture of and tag us on Facebook or Instagram of a Titan HEA tip. We love this tip. The Titan gun is an awesome gun, and Titan is just an awesome company. And Mike Collins, who we deal with Titan, is just an awesome guy, providing all this stuff for you guys. So, we can have some fun here on this live show and make it fun and enjoyable because we love giving away stuff.
We do. We do. And we want to be a part of the solution.
And we love helping you guys. So, anyways.
And we like to, through helping you guys, Chris is learning and becoming better. And that's what we want this community to be.
You guys have made me a better painter.
So thank you.
I now own Corona brushes because of you guys.
Yes.
Strictly because of your guys' suggestions. I own a Corona brush and multiple and a Picasso brush. And look, you guys were honest and you were correct. They're great brushes. Thank you very much. We're testing out rollers. Give me your suggestions on what rollers we should use, and we're going to start using those too. And paints. So let us know. We love you guys. We're going to have to sign out.
And we're going to see Patrice in Oceanside. So.
Hopefully we'll see you in Oceanside. Come hang out with us.
Or if you're in the UK, come hang out with us there.
Yeah, in the UK.
Yeah.
See you. Hopefully you guys all have a good night. And once again, we'll see you on our next video.